is Broshka. I'll be reviewing the standard deck I played for games day. Starting with the land. 7 foil forests, just basics. 3 copperline gorges, because they're pretty fast at what they do. 2 rootbound crags. It's 4 ink moth nexuses. Standard for every deck playing infect. 4 Cathedrals of War. They are pretty good in this deck because most of the time you'll be only attacking with 1 creature, and every round in a tournament of 2 of the games I'll be hitting the opponent with a 2/4 trample each turn. We'll get to that in a minute. 4 Assault Strobes. Target creature gets double strike. With infect, you're pretty much hitting them 4 times with the power you have. 2 Mainboard Dismembers. Take away that 1 blocker on turn 2, hit them, or turn 3. 2 Live Wire Lashes. +2/+0 pump. When your creature becomes targeted by a spell, deal 2 damage to target creature or player. You will be equipping this to a creature with infect, and then dealing them 2 poison or weakening their creature. Put it right there. 3 Predator's Blessing. Target creature or target artifact you control gains protection from the color of your choice or artifact. Stop recording. Oh, still recording. Getting to the creatures. 3 Perilous Mirror. No, Plague Mirror. Mana ramp. You can get this guy on turn 2. Turn 3 you'll be equipping, dropping and playing Labra Lash. 4 Necropedes. They will help weaken your opponent's creatures on death, and they're pretty good. 4 Glistener Elf. Your first turn creature, speaks for himself. He should speak for himself. 4 Ichor Mirror. They are insane with infect. Well, they're pretty good, especially when you can get the trample. 4 Rancor. I've got 1 foil, 1 here. Once again, pretty good with a curve of a first turn forest with a Glistener Elf. Second turn enchanted with Rancor, and then drop a Cathedral War tapped. Hit them with a 4/2 trample. It's a pretty good turn 2 move, and I've done it constantly on Sunday. 3 Mutagenic Growths, because I can only find 3. +2/+2 pump. Saves your guy for free. 4 Titanic Growths. 2 mana +4/+4. 3 Revenge of the Hunted. Pretty good with this mirror cost, giving +6/+6 and trample. Every creature able to block it does so. So if you start with a first turn or second turn creature, next turn you can play this and hit guy the Assault Strobe, assuming you got the 1 forest and 1 red. Or you can animate an ink moth nexus, hit him with this, and then hit him. I came in 2nd place in my tournament with only 8 people. I came in first before the cut. Like we did the, I won my 2 rounds, then drew with my brother. Then I came first, and then I agreed to a top 4 cut, and then I lost to the blue-white player I already lost to, or won against. But that was due to a poor sideboard option on my behalf. This deck was a few times better than what I expected it to do. 90% of my games were done by turn 5, and that was before my opponent can drop a Dungrove Elder or even play a creature that can block my guys. There was no Delver deck there, but if there was, Delver would have been too slow. Assuming that they can deal with a 4/2 trample on turn 2. And if they have, if they did, I got my Rancor back, and I would have another creature like Presmere drop down with a Cathedral ready to hit them. Into the sideboard. I was 1 to Torpor. Stop end of board triggers. Good against Pod. Venture decks like Restoration Angel. 2 Mortar Pods. It's designed to use against the. It's there to be used against the control decks. Yeah, you just sack the guy, hit their Blade Slicer, kills their Blade Slicer with a token, and then you equip it to a creature in effect, and you start hitting them if you cannot attack them. 1 Contagious Clasp. For late game, weakens a guy for 2 mana. And I haven't really used it, as well as ones I didn't board in. It was just filler. But if I had to use it, I would have boarded it in. This card was for sure filler, being Contagion Engine. It's better than Contagion Class, but it's 6 mana. It's 4 mana too much. An extra Labra Lash. Another filler. It would be there if I needed it. 1 Tetris Gambit. Good. I forgot to board this against control, but it's good against control because you hit them 1 poison, and then you proliferate their poison, draw 2 cards for 3 mana. Didn't have the opportunity to board in, but however. 4 Mental Misstep. If you know your opponent's boarding a Mental Misstep on game 2, you take out the 1 mana cost Glistener Elves for these. Well, 3 of these, and keep the other one on the sideboard. And use it to counter their Ponders and whatnot. 3 Ancient Grudges. I should have only boarded in 2 for something else. 2 mana, destroy target artifact, speaks for itself. Another card I didn't board in because I thought it wasn't needed. Revenge of the Hunted. Should not have been in the sideboard. I traded for the 4th one for this. I got this one before the tournament, and I threw it in the sideboard thinking I can throw it in, and every time when I thought about throwing it in, I threw in like Mental Missteps and Torpor, which were better, and I should have took out the Revenge of the Hunted against the control deck. But I boarded this thing against the control deck and I lost my game. But I would have won if I boarded in like an extra Mortar Pod or Labra Lash or even Tetris Gambit. So this is not necessary for the sideboard. Let me know what you think.